All right, let's talk about a classic server admin headache, disk quota management. We're going to walk through step by step how to set up and enforce storage limits on your Linux servers, focusing specifically on the ext4 file system. Let's dive right in. We've all been there, right? An alert pops up, the server's disk is almost full. You do a quick check, and yep, one user's project is swallowing all the available space. It's a super common, frustrating problem, and disk quotas are pretty much the perfect solution for it. Okay, so before we start typing any commands, we've got to get the lingo down. Let's quickly go over the key concepts that make this whole quota thing work.
First up, the soft limit. The best way to think about this is like a friendly nudge from the system. It's kind of like a low balance warning from your bank. You've crossed a certain line, and while nothing's broken just yet, it's a clear signal to the user, hey, you need to start cleaning house.
And then you've got the hard limit. This isn't a suggestion, it's a brick wall. When a user hits this limit, the system puts its foot down, that's it. No more files can be written, no more data can be saved. This is the mechanism that physically stops one person from tanking the entire disk for everyone else. So what connects the soft and the hard limits? That's the grace period. Think of it as a countdown timer. The second a user crosses their soft limit, that timer starts ticking. They have a set amount of time, by default it's usually 7 days, to get back under the limit. If they don't, that soft limit warning basically turns into a hard stop. You know, quotas aren't just about how much space you're using. That's what block quotas are for. They stop users from uploading a few giant files and filling the disk. But, and this is just as important, you have inode quotas. See, every single file and folder needs an inode, which is like an index card for it. If a user creates millions of tiny little files, they can use up all the inodes. And when that happens, nobody can create any new files, even if there's tons of free disk space left. It's a sneaky way a system can run out of room. All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty. It's time to actually prepare our server environment to use disk quotas. Our setup is a pretty straightforward 3-step process. First, we're going to create a brand new dedicated disk partition. This is seriously the safest way to do this. Then we'll install the tools we need to manage everything. And finally, we'll whip up some test users and groups so we can actually see if our setup is working the way we expect it to. Okay, first, partitioning. We'll create a new partition, then format it with the ext4 file system. Now, listen up, because this warning here is absolutely critical. Always do this on a secondary disk, something like dev/sdb. If you accidentally run these commands on your main system disk, dev/sda, you could literally wipe your entire operating system. So, measure twice, cut once. Next up, we install the software we need, which is super easy, just a sudo yum install quota. Once that's done, we'll get our test dummies ready. We'll create a user named Zaibi, a group called quota group, and we'll even add a second user, Hamza, to that same group. This gives us everything we need to test quotas on a single user and on a shared group. With our environment all prepped and ready to go, we can get to the main event, actually activating, setting, and then testing our disk quotas. This activation process has 4 key parts. First, we mount our partition, but with special options that tell the operating system, hey, keep an eye on this one. Then, we create the database files where all the usage info gets tracked. After that, we officially flip the switch to turn the quota system on. And finally, we'll use the ed quota command to set the actual limits for our users and groups. Now, to make sure all our hard work sticks around after a server reboot, we have to edit a file called /etc/fstab. The 2 magic words in this line are usr quota and group quota. These little options tell the OS to automatically turn on quota tracking for this file system every single time the server boots up. Super important. When you run the ed quota command, you're going to see an interface that looks just like this. Let's break it down real quick. Blocks are measured in kilobytes, so a soft limit of 100,000 is just 100 megabytes. Easy. Enodes is even simpler. It's just a straight-up count of files and directories. So here, we're setting a warning at 10 files and a hard stop at 15 files. So what does the user actually experience? Let's pretend we're our test user, Zaibi. We can create up to 15 files. Now, even though our soft limit was 10, that grace period lets us push past it for a bit. But the second we try to create file number 16, denied. The system blocks it because the hard limit has been enforced. The exact same thing happens with disk space. Okay, so how do we keep an eye on everything? Well, a regular user can just type the quota command to see their own limits and how much they've used. Simple. But for us, the admins, the rep quota -a command is our master view. It spits out this really clean report showing every single user, their current usage, and exactly how close they are to hitting their limits.
So we've seen it work, which is great. But, implementing this safely in a real live environment, well, that requires a bit of care. Let's wrap up with some pro tips to make sure your quota setup is solid and doesn't cause any surprises.
Let's just boil it down to some simple do's and don'ts. Do use a separate partition for quotas. Do set a grace period so people have time to clean up. And the biggest one, do not enable quotas on your root file system. You could literally lock yourself out of your own server. And of course, don't set your soft and hard limits to be the same thing. That totally defeats the purpose of a warning. And hey, to make your life a little easier, here's a quick cheat sheet with the most important commands. Quota on turns it on, ed quota is what you use to edit the limits, and rep quota is your go-to for checking up on the whole system. So if you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this golden rule. Quotas are all about protecting shared storage so everyone can get their work done. And to do that right, you always set soft limits lower than hard limits, you always give people a grace period, and most importantly, you always test your setup before you roll it out in production. You've just taken a massive step toward mastering server resources. And now that you've got disk space under control, it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? What's next? Is it CPU time? Memory usage? Maybe network bandwidth? The cool thing is, these principles of setting limits and monitoring usage, they apply pretty much everywhere.